I'm back. What's that?
I was asking if you could play chords like you did.
Y'all, I'm gonna wait till you get here. But I think maybe Lee's right. I don't know, but I gotta reach up again because I'm never gonna be on time and I'm never gonna have it together. I haven't left. Had to get my tray. I don't have it together today. The doggy door is back in the back, just leaning on things. It's fine. I'll get it together. It's been it's been one of those, right? Been I got a list that I made on the refrigerator thing, the iPad in the refrigerator, and I'm getting that list done tonight. If it takes me until midnight, that's what it is. I'm getting my list done tonight. Um, it's been an interesting week. It's been an interesting week. Hi, Fairy. Hi, Julie. Um, let me get my information in here. Well, sons of bitches. There we go. I'm not together today. I want to be, but I'm not. I'm behind on the laundry. I'm trying to get it together. I was supposed to have it done this afternoon, but I didn't. So here we go into the night. I have it folded and put away. It's just, you know what I mean? I'm trying to take care of shit. Um, let me get this up. I'm going to be doing Cash App card pulls again. Now y'all know why. In a minute, I'm pretty sure we're going to have an intruder or a guest, whatever you want to call him. Yeah. Here it is. And I'll pin that when it gets up. All right. So week been an interesting week, but I got good news. I have good news. It's good news too. Well, it's good news to me. It's not good news to you. First of all, you're watching me and Sandra stuff as well, but I know that I told you guys about this 2 or 3 weeks ago. Remember I told you about my Gatorades that Lee gives me in the morning? Remember I told you how he was drugging me? Look at that Gatorade. Does that look real to you? Does that look right? Is that right at all? No, that's not right. You know why? I guess it calms me down and it tames my mouth a little bit. I mean, I guess that's what goes on. I guess in the first thing in the morning, he feels like he might have to tame my mouth. So just a few minutes ago, I said, I'd like something to drink, and this is what I got. So I'm gonna mix it up. But he would prefer I drink it right off the top. I'm telling y'all, he drugs me. If I blink twice real hard, call for help. That's right. All right, let's see who we got in here. Everybody. Oh, you're gonna stick a heart on that? I'm telling you that I'm about to lose my life, and you're putting a heart on that. That's great. Here's the good news. Here's what I did. Here is what I did. I finished unpacking the house. Every tote, every box has been finished. The house is organized. Everything is put away except that doggy door back there. It's put away where it goes. Only thing I have left to do is get our laundry done. And the reason I have a timeline on that, because I normally don't, is because I have a box of unmated socks. And I'm going to mate them. Hi, Passionate. And then I'm going to put the unmated socks in the craft bin. I'm not going to throw them out because you can make monkeys and stuff out of them. Right. So in a little bit, I guess after he gets some nutrition, we're gonna have a guest, and it'll be an interesting little live. I am doing Cash App card pulls. I have all my cards here. I got my Energy Oracle cards, my white deck, my blue deck. You know what? I also do have my pendulums with me. Now I really can't do this like online like I'd like to, where you can see it. I'm gonna figure that out though. Actually, I'm gonna have Lee build me something. To so you guys can see somehow when I am using my pendulums. I love to use my pendulum with my board so you can see. Hey, Whisk. Ooh, Whisk. We're about to go at it. We're about to talk. We're about to talk, girlfriend. But yeah, so I have my pendulums, and you know what? If you trust me, I'll definitely do a pendulum reading for you. I'll try. I can try to hold it up. I've never tried, but I'll try. I can. Maybe a little bit later, I'll have a second set of hands. Maybe we can do that. If you want one, you can just let me know. But I have India's cards here as well. How was everybody's week? What is everybody up to? Throw your questions out there, ready to go with questions, ready to go with card readings. Look, if you're watching this on the replay, because I know you are, if you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to Sandra and I, we got a YouTube. We're going to throw these videos that we're doing up, and we're going to do we're going to do some shows every week. But if you go subscribe, we need 100 subscribers in order to go live on our own channel. Until that, we have to piggyback on ours. So there's that, and the Facebook page, Sandra Knight, Soul Sisters, Sherry and Sandra. And subscribe to that. We need 100. I don't know how many we have. Uh-oh, somebody's in the background. Somebody didn't have a 7 o'clock session. And he said to me, he thinks it's him throwing me off because it's not. You guys can attest. I always have problems getting online, getting everything together. When I come here every single week, it is haphazard. I'm off doing things. I'm getting my shit together. And then I'll finally sit down and talk. But it's not him. It just takes everything. I'm ready to, girl. I'm ready to. Let's talk a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on. Sandra and I are going to be doing some classes, and I'm going to be doing a class as well. I'm going to be doing a class called Jealousy and Connection. And I'm paying attention to things that are happening. I was paying attention to a conversation Lee and I was having this afternoon as we was driving, and I was like, maybe this is coming up because I'm doing this class. It could be. But it was interesting. The question is does jealousy have a place in this connection? And I was on the verge. I wasn't on the verge. I was an adamant no on that. I don't know. I might be, but I might not be. I'm gonna get some opinions, and we're gonna talk in class. And now listen. When I was a teenager, young adult, the jealousy was bad. It was really bad. It has a whole lot to do also with inner insecurities, right? It have to. It's going to be an amazing class. But also Sandra and I are doing a class. And if you sign up for Sandra and I's class on situationship, then you can join my jealousy class for free. We're doing that. So it's buy one, get one classes. You can't beat that. Class Sandra and I are doing is going to be fun. It's going to be educational. It's going to be informative. It's going to be painful. You're going to feel things that you have never felt. You're going to feel anger. You're going to feel hurt. You're going to feel sad. You're going to feel happy. You're going to feel encouraged, and you're going to feel doubtful, and you're going to feel happy and empowered, and all these things in one big bundle. And y'all see there's an intruder back there. Intruding. That's what he's doing. He's not intruding. He's actually making a way here. Oh, he's making a mess.
What was that? Did something just throw that stuff off of that chair?
What's what happened?
Well,
You walked in and it jumped off the couch. That's fine.
See, that's what connection energy does. It's kind of like an explosion when connection happens. Did you see how that thing just jumped off that couch?
Yes, it did. It was a bag.
Why does that always happen around us?
You were walking through and it.
I was coming to over
Maybe.
to you and coming over to them. I walked towards connection and everything around me changed.
Yeah.
It's weird. But I
Is it
could
weird?
hear you back there. You know that, right?
No.
Okay.
But
What?
what was I saying?
You know what you were saying.
You do drug me every
I
morning.
don't drug you. I
Y'all
save
saw
your
it.
life every day. Listen to me. I save
saw
many.
it.
Look at me. Look at me. I save lives.
that
I
what you do?
save lives.
Is that what you do?
I save lives.
That's what you do.
If you didn't have that,
You're saving your own life? Or
I
you
start with
saving
mine.
li-
Yes, this is a selfish move.
Are you saving
On my
your
part,
own
this
life?
is
You
a selfish
saving
move.
mine.
Hi, everyone. So, well, but yeah, that I would say that
You see how old I'm looking? That's not self-judgment at all.
in this connection,
I can't be tired. We slept 12 hours last night.
yeah, well, we had a really good weekend.
We did.
We did.
Yeah, we did. It was a good weekend.
We did some really cool stuff. No, it no, we don't get to connect much, but we are taking a vacation next week for the first time in a long time. So,
Yeah, it's not a long vacation.
but we don't normally do
It's a
that. We
good
haven't done that in
vacation.
years.
We haven't.
Oh.
I
See,
mean,
you come back to connection at some point. So let's see here. Who we got in here?
we
Julie,
have Julie,
Fairy,
we have Fairy,
Whiskey
we have
Lady,
Whiskey Lady.
Passionate
here, I can
Flame.
do this.
Nice.
Message. Okay. Now,
right.
guys, we talk every week. You guys know why I do my card readings. You know what that's going for at this time. It's kind of a secret, so keep your mouth shut. So we don't type it in here what I'm doing. Let's not. We have a special guest. We have a special guest.
Well, I'm happy to be here. I'm normally
Throw your questions out, guys. Throw your questions out. But I had in my mind, right, this agenda for the day, right? And I'm thinking every morning I'm going to get up and just make a list of what I'd like to get done today. And today, the first day I started, I'm miserably failing the list. Like, I would make the list mentally before, right? God, I'm never going to get all this shit done today. And I'm
is it stuff you wanted to do?
it's stuff I got to do.
No, see, that's stuff. Let's stop there. We've
Gotta do.
decided that we're changing this connection to stuff we want to do.
Well, sure.
So, what was your list on want to do?
Well, what?
Wow.
Well,
So
Well, what?
I wanted to be close to you all day. And
Yeah.
it's interesting because normally this time you're doing this. And as luck would have it, I got exactly what I wanted because that's how I started my day.
Yeah.
I have a list of things I want to do.
which is
You.
that's a family show.
They can take that however they want. I wanted to be connected
Right.
to you all day.
Mhm.
And I wanted to flow in connection with you all day. Has that not happened today?
Yes, very much so.
Okay. Now your list and that, if they match, they match. If they don't, they don't. What happened on my list today is happening for me right now. And it's
Yeah.
you.
Oh, he's a
So,
sweetie.
If
Okay.
that's, why don't you just make a list like I make? Why do you have to make a to-do list?
I don't know.
Or I have to, or I can't. Or
I mean,
you see what I'm saying? Wait, we could do lists like
laundry can't do itself.
that. You love me. What?
I said laundry can't do itself.
Who helps with laundry?
Oh, you do help.
How much laundry have I done?
You done most of the laundry.
So, see,
I'm going to pull Jason a
you know
card.
what?
I'm going to pull it from the blue deck.
We have to be in connection in order for connection to show up.
Mhm. Yes. Oh, explain that again, because people don't seem to understand that.
What?
You have to be in connection in order for connection to come to you, right?
Well, first of all, let's
I'm
talk
gonna
about.
I'm gonna pull Jason a card
okay.
here,
You want me
but
to-
go
do you want me to
ahead
pull
and
it,
finish
Jason?
what you were
Do you want me
saying.
to pull? Okay. How are you want to do this? Okay, so what I mean by that, you have to be in connection in order to have connection. See, the thing that you're all looking for is you're looking for twin flame information, or you're looking for a spiritual connection information, but you're not paying attention to the one thing that you know for sure. You feel connection. So why not focus on feeling the connection and letting connection show you what connection can give you? It's just simple the way you do that, but finding it, it's like, how do you stumble into this channel? How do you even show up in a live? How do you even know what this channel's about? So what ends up happening is you get a hold of this misinformation instead of connection. Oh, he wanted me to choose it.
We're gonna have you pick it.
All right.
Pick the card.
Let me connect to him. There, that one. Woman holding a heart. And this is the 44 card. How about that?
The 44
Big love
card.
to you both. Yeah, the 44 card there, Jason. So this is the one for you. The woman holding a heart.
44 card.
And this card is saying, do you want me to read it?
You can read it.
Okay. And it was upright. So this woman on this card here, this woman on this card wears a butterfly in her hair and holds a lovely large heart in her hands. For a woman, this card upright could be a reflection of your own state of peaceful emotion and receptivity for love, or it might be a message that your family issues are going to resolve. You're an intuitive woman who understands the emotions of life, and you're bringing to awareness all that you do.
What
The
if it's
card-
for Jason?
But if it's for Jason,
Oh.
well, he carries feminine energy. You have to look at it from your feminine side. In connection, you do that.
Mhm.
The card upright could also indicate the presence of a female friend, teacher, or confidant who's here to help with these issues. Ask Sherry of
Wow.
love, family, or emotion. This is an even-tempered and caring person who resonates with you and your emotions. This could also portend a new love interest or friend coming your way. Ooh,
Okay,
Jason.
Jason.
Nice. Hello, Miss Clark.
What's going on, Jason? Jason,
Jason M.
that's hand me that. That's
Mhm.
that's interesting to me. Is there somebody new in your life, Jason? I want to know. I know. I'd like to know what's going on. What's that?
Somebody asked if you were going live tonight, so I'm going to message you. Let them know.
Yeah, Hi, Miss Clark. Oh, so do you know what this card's saying to you?
Does that resonate
Does
with
that
you, Jason?
resonate with you, Jason? I'm hoping that it does, because I have a question, I think.
He said, no, there's not. Let's say, damn, you have been pulling some really fine cards for me.
Open it right up.
Well, are these cards showing up in your life, though, Jason? I guess what this card is pointing to is there's somebody coming towards you, or at least already in your life. Are they finding a way to be connected to you
Oh, wait a minute.
in the way that it's saying?
You're bringing awareness to all that you do. The presence of a female friend, teacher, or confidant who's here to help with issues of love, family, or emotion. This card upright could be a reflection of your own state of peaceful emotion and receptivity. Or it might be a message that your family issues are going to be resolved. That's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know why. That card's interesting to me. It's
This is a powerful
it's
card.
standing out to me.
But, you know, a woman with her heart out
It's
also,
standing out to me.
Jason, I guess, how do you really allow a woman you're around who has her heart out? How are you paying attention to her heart?
Hi, Andrea. Oh,
Do you see what I mean?
yeah.
Because it's pointing to that there is this, but I guess the question is, how do you receive a woman who has an open heart and has her heart out to you? Do you treat them like their heart is out to you, or how do you treat that person? I think Vina was going to ask something. Hi, Bean.
Vina was going to ask something.
Vina.
She changed her mind.
Oh, Bean changed her mind.
She changed her mind.
Vina
I don't
changed
know
her
why.
mind.
Do you know what this is called?
That is called. Let me see. Hold on.
Hi, Cameron.
This is called selenite.
Selenite. That's a piece of selenite.
Selenite. Yeah. Do you
Okay,
know?
I can't stump you with the spiritual trivia.
Well, do you know what that's used for?
I use it to clear my cards.
Yeah, but do you remember that big selenite you had where it started getting the black in it? It was
Yeah.
pulling out. It was pulling out.
Oh no, that was clear quartz.
Well, no, remember you had a selenite block that was actually sitting on.
Oh,
top
I
of
still
the-
have it. It's downstairs.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
the
if you
big
look
one.
on the inside of it,
Yeah.
remember it didn't have black in it. It's
Yeah.
got black in it because it was attracting some things that probably weren't good for our bodies.
Oh,
Yeah.
Put them in there.
Yeah, they're good for protection.
And I deleted it.
Um,
And I deleted it.
I was saying to Cameron and I wrote Brandon.
Oh, saying to
congratulations.
Cameron,
Oh.
and I went,
Yeah.
saying hi to Cameron is what she was going to do.
Rich, what or how are you supposed to operate when you feel them coming back energetically?
Oh gosh.
I believe
Oh
that the best
gosh.
question. Okay, I guess Rich, if you ask the question, um, do you want them to connect to you, or do you want them to disconnect from you
Or-
when they're coming at you? So you have to actually pay attention to the way the question's being asked, because it's asking about how they're coming at you, not how you're receiving them. So if you're
He
not
wants
going
to connect.
yeah, if you want to connect, then you've got to be open to connection. Connection doesn't happen without that. I mean, you'll feel if somebody's going to disconnect from you. If you're already expecting them to disconnect from you, don't get upset when they do. Or if you expect them to run, know that that's you already running. I mean, it's almost like we got to pay attention to what we're saying about what the other person may be experiencing, because we're narrating why they would, not why they won't.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to pay attention to, do you want this person to love you and be connected to you, or do you want this person to go and then disappear again?
I've been having dreams like crazy after non for a year.
Okay, so in those dreams, is this making you open up in connection, or does it make you wake up and you feel anxious? Do you feel you have to pay attention to which side you're choosing in this, because you'll have resistance and you'll have flow. If the dream is saying you're going to have flow, are you creating resistance? If the dream is saying you're going to have resistance, are you creating flow? I mean, this connection is yin and yang,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got to make both. You have to know that both exist at the same time. How you think of things isn't exactly what the connection is about. The connection is about what you feel, not what you think.
Oh my gosh, do we need to do a video on that? You know, it's so hard. And I only know from experience just how, and it's human conditioning, right? It's human conditioning to think,
Well,
to be in thought all the time. It's human conditioning where
it's actually quite simple how it got this way. And you know how it got this way, right?
how?
Remember when we were in like second or third grade and they said,
I got you, Heather.
Joanne had 25 cents and Joanne wanted to buy a candy bar, but the candy bar that she wanted was 99 cents. How much does Joanne need?
Yeah.
It told us about a story about Joanne.
Right.
It never told us a story about us.
Right.
But now we learn to identify a story based on things, based on money, based on this. And we don't pay attention to the format that didn't allow us to connect to how each other feels. So what ends up happening is they keep you so much in your head that your feelings become less.
It's so
And that's why
true.
most people say, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not, because their
It's
feelings haven't been
so
valued.
true. Yeah.
But if you were a kid still and somebody could value everything you feel, or even if you started valuing everything you feel, wouldn't you have connection? Just saying. I mean, if not, you found the right channel. That's what this is what we're here for.
Pulling a card for Heather B.
Oh, Heather B.
Heather B. Heather
Am I
B.
pulling it for her?
You can pull
Heather
it.
B, do you
I'll
want me
let
to
him.
pull it for
I'll
you?
let him pull it.
All right.
Such a- Listen, I'm going to tell you a little story about what Lee did today.
Yeah, see, the flow is so energetically overbearing. I'm overstimulated. See, you're looking for, you're putting judgment in the space where judgment doesn't need to be. You're in the flow and you're in the flow. If you say it's overbearing and it's this, you're in the
And it's just-
resistance.
yeah.
You're actually saying the two things that we're saying don't do. Choose a side. Do you want to be in the flow? If so, don't start judging it, because that's called resistance. So if you're in the flow, energy doesn't know its flow. It doesn't know overbearing, and it doesn't know I'm overstimulated. Those are judgments. That's resisting the flow. And you just made a clear statement here. The flow is so energetically overbearing, I'm overstimulated. Everything that says there says you're not in flow, you're in resistance. Pay attention to how you let the words drop, and then change them around. And then be in that. You see what I'm saying? Be in the flow.
Be in the flow.
Yeah.
Can you go grab that up there for me?
Was that? What
Yeah,
was it?
I need that.
What is that?
I'm going to pull a card for Heather.
Was I talking too much?
No, I need that. My phone.
I thought your phone was over there.
No, it's over there. I need that.
Send me on a treasure hunt. You forever losing your phone.
We're going to
Am I
pull.
pulling the card or not?
You're going to pull a card for Heather.
Well, let me pull it while I'm looking for your phone.
Okay. Connect to Heather.
Okay.
And it's back there on the counter. Okay.
All right. Connect to Heather.
Yeah.
It's this one. It's down in there.
Okay.
I got it.
All
That
right.
one. She must have something deep going on.
Oh man. Oh man. Thoughts and thought vibrations. Resonant choices, single signals, but it was reversed.
Oh.
Let's see what's going on with Heather.
Here, let me read that.
Heather,
What number is it?
It's 23, the number 23 card. It's a pretty card. I'm going to hold it upright, although it
Thought
was.
vibration reversed.
Mhm.
Thought vibrations reversed brings a warning that needs your immediate attention.
Listen up, Heather.
Are you self-critical or catastrophic in your mental dialogue? Have you become pessimistic about your life or your future, or judgmental of others or the world around you? Such dark thoughts can become your signature signals and must be changed if you want a happier life. If this reverse card is near the currents or of emotion in your spread, this guidance is doubly important. Awaken to more positive and light-filled mental options. Bring all your intentions to bear on making this change. Intervene on the negative and choose affirmations instead. Your soul has the power and wisdom of eternity and will help you change this pattern. Call on Haniel. Is that Faniel? Gabriel
Faniel.
and Maggie
I can't see it.
to help as well.
Here,
It's Magi.
oh, yeah. Maggie.
Okay.
Or
Let them
Magi.
bring happiness back to your thoughts, and your life will shine with joy. The affirmation for this is I always have power over my thoughts. I release negative thinking and choose to trust in my resourcefulness and to have faith in my soul.
Dude, didn't know I was just talking about listening to your or feeling instead of thinking. And I talk about it all the time, but I'll be honest and tell you that I am the worst at it. I'm the worst ever
Which
at
gives
it.
you permission to speak from the wounding it causes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You have to look at how you've been healing from it,
Right.
too. And you have.
Right. I've been on this really big healing journey, and I've had a lot of even depressing moments where I've just been lost in a I was lost in a family situation that was happening, just lost in it. And spirit saying, just be, right? That's all you have to do. I'll do everything else.
Yeah.
Right? If you just be, that's all I'm asking of you. Just be, right?
Yeah.
And then when I practice just being, just flowing, right? Then dreams come, then messages come, then the dragonflies fly across me, right? Or then I'll see the butterfly. Those dragonflies lately, though, have been coming out of nowhere, y'all. Just all of a sudden, a dragonfly right in front of me. I don't get the dragonfly thing, but that's new to me. That's not anything that's happened to me a whole lot. But the past probably few months, the dragonfly has been everywhere. And it's been a long sort of 3-month journey here. But there's a question here, which was interesting because it was a question in the group and me and Sandra's page. And
You have that.
Ruda, can you oh, Shannon, I got you.
Well, I want to make sure I go back. Jason, I will message if you'd like to message me about that. If you want to email relationshipreinvent@gmail.com, I can point to where you're pointing at. Because when we stay stuck in thinking, we lose our ability to stay in feeling. And I believe the card pull is associated with what this is about today.
Yeah.
It really seems to connect all of it.
Right.
Either you're going to choose your feelings or you're going to keep abandoning your thinking. That's literally what's going to happen. So your thinking helps abandon your feelings. I should say it that way.
Keep abandoning your, help me with this. Your
Thinking,
feeling.
yeah, thinking won't connect you to your feelings.
Okay.
It never will.
Right.
We were never taught that, so it won't ever happen. So stop trying to let it happen.
Hi, Shannon. I got you. I'll get you. I got to pull a card here for who am I pulling a card for? Right here.
I believe is this
It's
but yeah.
no,
So Shannon's there.
Shannon. Is it Shannon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shannon,
that's the
you
one
just
do
sent
show.
something through Shannon for
Yeah,
the
yeah, Shannon, I
carpool.
got it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Shannon, or was there somebody else? I don't know. I don't know. Ruda, will you? We can go in, and so you don't have to retype it, and review your question here in just a few minutes. Andrea said she suddenly has dragonflies flying around her front yard. Yeah, they're hi Nats. I'm new here. My name is Natalie. Can you explain what seeing dragonflies, butterflies mean? Thank you. Yes. I am going to I'm gonna pull this card first, and then we're gonna talk about the signs and the symbols and things. The butterflies, the butterflies are a little bit different. The dragonflies are new to me, so I'm not real sure. But I'm gonna pull this card, and yeah, I'm doing card pulls.
Well, I was shown why I don't see butterflies.
They're simple. It could be a
Remind me that
donation
later.
of $1, $2, $5, $50, $100, $1,000, $1 million, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Just send it through Cash App, or put it through here, or put it through. But you guys know, or most of you know, if you're watching my lives, where the Cash App funds are going. So
This is for Shannon.
this is for Shannon.
Okay.
Pulling a card for Shannon. But Natalie, don't go away, because we're going to discuss. Boy, that 8-8 Lionsgate, y'all. By the way, what's the date? That energy goes through today. It flows through midnight tonight, right? Keep on getting it. Keep on getting it. Shannon.
Soul sovereignty.
No, Shannon. That's not a bad card. That's a good card.
It's actually a really good
They're
card.
not bad
35.
cards. They're no bad
It's
cards.
this one, right? Or no?
I mean, there's
This
some.
one. It's this book, right?
No,
Or
it's
is that
this
that
one.
one?
Yeah.
Okay. 35.
35. I can read this. I got
It's
my
material.
glasses on.
It's material.
It's a material. Yeah.
Hmm.
You may be a recovering people pleaser. Someone who is hyper vigilant about other people's energies, or very much affected by other people's energies. Your message is that other people no longer have power over you. You are now at a point on your soul journey where the tipping point of your soul sovereignty, your personal authority, has reached the place where spirit and your own higher self and your soul path have all the power. Other people hold none. Of course, this is something you need to be in alignment with, to agree with. But if you do this on an energetic level, and then you train your thoughts, here we go with the thoughts and the feeling, right? You train your thoughts to be in agreement with that, you'll find your proof that other people no longer have power over your path, your energy, or your thoughts. And this means you don't have to spend energy any longer trying to subtly manipulate them to stay safe through people pleasing, or try to predict what others are going to do and what they're thinking. Your new mantra is, other people hold no power over me. It is safe for me to be fully me. If you've pulled this card, look at the ways you may have been a people pleaser, or highly affected by other people's energies throughout your life. Embrace that other people no longer have power over you. Train your thoughts to be in agreement with this energetic shift into personal sovereignty. Use this mantra: other people have no power over me. It is safe for me to be fully me. People pleasing, big. It's big. I do it. I do it with you, right? I don't know why I do it with you, but I do. I still people please.
What is people pleasing?
I
Can
just-
you define
Yes,
it?
make sure that everybody around you. Here's my people pleasing. Everybody in the room is happy because I made an environment to make them happy, right?
Did they ask you for that?
You know what? That's
Well, how is
No.
it? Well, I want to know what people pleasing is if
Okay,
you don't include
so
the people.
you make sure that everyone around you is pleasantly taken care of.
Well, how do you know that?
Everybody's got something to drink. Everybody has a full belly. You're making sure you're taking care of them in all ways. You're making sure that you don't disappoint anybody around you at any time.
But isn't that become annoying? Having to do that?
I mean, I think so, yeah, but I still do it.
So, do they think that they want to be around a person who's annoyed? How do you people please that?
Huh?
it's going to make you annoyed and you want to people please. But if you feel annoyed having to do that, how does that make that person feel people pleased at all?
Oh no, it doesn't.
Right. So people
But
pleasing
we
actually
don't
is a
know
wound.
that.
Well, people pleasing is a wound, meaning you always thought that if you did something for somebody, you were going to get loved somehow.
Hmm.
Name how many times you actually got loved from that.
Well, no, you can't. You
Okay, so
haven't.
people pleasing is for who?
It's a human condition.
No, it's a wound.
It's
It's
a
a
human
wound. It's a
wound.
wound you experienced as a child where they started pulling away from you. So you started trying to do things to get them to love you.
Well, yeah,
And you never got loved from that either.
you get that too when you have two parents, when you have a broken home, because you want to make your daddy happy, you want to make your mommy happy, you want and that will make them back
You didn't
together.
want to make them happy. You wanted them to connect to you.
Right. Well, right.
So what ended up happening is you turned it into maybe if they're happy, they'll connect to me. Instead of just going to them and saying, I don't feel connection. What happened? Right? We don't ask. So we end up trying to make up a whole story about it.
I really want to talk to
Andrea said you make sure you take care of the people to ensure they won't leave you. So you told them, I'm going to do whatever it takes so you won't leave me. And then when they start doing whatever the fuck they want, then you say, no, you need to leave. Because that's how that works.
Right.
It's almost like you're saying, I have to do something so they won't leave.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you have to do something so they won't leave, how's that letting them love you?
Oh.
How are they getting to love you from that statement, Andrea? I guess that's what is that people pleasing, or is that wounding the other person with what you've been wounded by? I guess it depends on how you look at it, because connection doesn't necessarily see it that way. And Shannon said, wow, that hits home.
Cards are on fire tonight.
And Whisk says, I see lots of card notes.
I wanted to talk to Natalie a minute because she had a question on explain seeing dragonflies and butterflies mean. Thank you. So we're talking here about spiritual things that happen and messages and things that get our attention and the meanings behind them. Right? I have a very special sort of, I guess, sign. It's a universal sign. And it's very common, but when I'm going through something or I'm really struggling, there was a time in my life that I was away from everybody, and I needed something, and it sort of started as a young adult, but then it came back really strong. When I see a heart, when I'm in a really rough situation,
how did you find
that? I see that as a sign that everything's going to be okay. And I can see it in my cereal or in my milk or in my coffee or on the ground in the shape of a rock or on a wall or anything, you know what I mean? But I don't go looking for it. It just kind of shows me up. Now it just kind of shows up that the dragonfly is new to me. I know that spiritually transformation, new beginnings are all associated with the dragonfly.
Mm-hmm.
And this Lionsgate portal with manifestation, right? Big manifestation with the Lionsgate. Manifesting. We manifested a whole other freaking business. Somehow we did that. And yeah, it's been really interesting. But when the Cardinals, even, I know that the Cardinals associated with past loved ones visiting and things. And when I do see Cardinals, I can almost feel whose spirit it is that's visiting. Right. Yeah. The butterflies are very similar to the dragonfly with transformation, new beginnings, and journeys. Right. Big with journeys, but that's what's going on.
It's interesting because in my dream, I was telling you, I haven't seen butterflies. I haven't seen a butterfly. I haven't seen a monarch not once.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So in my dream, I was like, how come I don't see butterflies? They said, you don't see butterflies anymore after you become one. And I was like, what does that mean? I was like, that's some deep shit. So I really let it hit me. And I was like, huh.
Butterflies with that transformation.
But you look at the wings, because none of the they say all butterfly wings, none are identical. Like
Right.
they don't all show up the same. Like a monarch butterfly, even its wings are different than every other monarch butterfly. They're very unique,
Mhm.
but they're all very connected because they started the cocoon stage. So they
Yeah.
spend a lot of time evolving and going into connection.
Right.
So when you stop seeing something, it's not because it's gone, it's because you become it.
You've become it.
And I was like, oh, that's deep. I was like, oh, I'm a butterfly now? I was like, oh, shit. I'm a black butterfly.
Get on my nerves. Wasn't there a black butterfly out there with like real pretty blue? Oh
But I
God,
thought-
it was gorgeous.
That's kind of how they told me. They said you
Oh.
don't see them anymore after you become one. And I
Yeah.
went, and now I get people, I see butterflies everywhere. I'm going,
Ooh, transformation. It's coming.
so yeah, so the dragonfly, and think about dragon, right?
Yeah.
And think about bear, and think about dog, and
Mhm.
you think about all of these, and you go, well, we're the dog and the butterfly. We're both.
Mhm.
We've remember that song when you did that
Great
video
song.
a long time ago,
Yeah.
and you talked about it. And remember you felt it. You were
Yeah.
talking about it. Look at what we've done
Yeah.
with the dog and the butterfly. That song. Look at what it did.
It's a good song.
Yeah, but when you shared how it made you feel, I connected to how you felt in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway,
But the dragonfly, if you're seeing a lot of dragonflies, transformation and change, you're in it. Transformation and change. That spirit's showing you, hey, you're still in it.
Yeah.
Transformation and change.
But then the question just becomes, what do you believe transformation is? That's
Right.
that's pointing to when it comes to this.
Right.
So if you see it, what does transform mean to you? Does it mean you give up old habits, old behaviors, and become something different? Or is transformation, do you mean keep repeating doing the same shit?
Right.
Oh, hugs for humanity. Saw a dragonfly yesterday.
Oh,
But you see what I mean? It's almost like we don't see what we're repeating until we see what
until we see what we're repeating.
we're repeating.
Yeah. True. Let's see what's going on here. Yes, Lee, it becomes annoying. You hit the it does become annoying. Hey, Beverly. Oh, Heather, your heart's your sign too. Yeah. Fox and bears to whisk. And we're revisiting this fox thing in the spring. We'll talk about it over winter. We're going to revisit it now that we're all in. We've got room. I can have him a special little room.
I'm nudged to tell Andrea to change what she said to something inside. Change this on the inside, Andrea. You said you make sure to take care of people to ensure they won't leave you. To change that, say, I keep people, so I treat them like I'm keeping them. That's the way that would land in connection to have connection. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because when you add it like that, you're already telling yourself you're going to lose them. So you live a life of loss without even seeing that you've told yourself this is what you're going to get and this is what's being produced. I mean, in connection, you really do experience that. Think about it. Think about everything we've seen happen in our connection. And every time we struggled, did we struggle?
Oh, no.
We did. We suffered.
We
did. We hit it.
We did, but we figured it out.
But what brought
After the suffering, you're right. We suffered,
but then you have different forms of suffering, different kinds of suffering, right?
yeah,
Because we've had different
for
suffering
sure.
since everything's happened.
yeah.
And it's made us look at what we were really telling ourselves connection is. And now that we know what it is, we go, oh, yeah, the way I'm thinking
Yeah,
about
but we
it is
don't-
all.
The suffering. I got to touch on that.
What do you consider suffering?
Well, it's when you're really going through something that's almost detrimental. You know what I mean? You're suffering. Either you're hurt in some way, shape, or form, mentally, physically, or emotionally.
Do you believe you're going to get through it as you're going through that?
I mean, I know I do.
But if I don't feel that, can you feel it completely?
Not all the way.
Okay, so
Not all
what
the
I'm
way.
saying is when you both reach that point where you both know that you're both feeling that feeling, and remember how we've had to surrender to that because we were suffering from that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I mean, that caused a lot of breakups. That caused a lot of, odd behavior.
A what?
Sorry. It caused a lot of odd behaviors from us.
Oh, I
Um,
agree.
yeah.
I agree. Rich Buddha says bees and bumblebees. Oh, that's a question. Consistency, preservation, productivity. Um, as a matter of fact, Ron was just here. Y'all know Ron's my ex-husband. He was just here, and he is renting out a little bit of his land to a beekeeper, and I'm excited about it because I got a very good friend who keeps bees, bumblebees, and her bees escape the hive every now and then. She's got to go collect them out of trees out of the neighbor's yard and stuff. It's really
She'll
cute.
tell us when they come over.
And
But they would come over and visit and then go back. Because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
the kind of energy we were.
She's like, don't kill my bees. They'll be home soon. They won't bother you. But yeah, they're very busy. They're very productive, right? So when you see a lot of them, think productivity and perseverance. And sometimes if you're having trouble on your job and you just feel like walking out, right, you're going to see them a whole lot more. Yeah, that's what that is. Dragonflies for me represent the energetically being more magic and bringing more magic into my life for sure. Hi, Taurine. If you place your own unique meaning on a sign, then that sign will eventually mean that for you, regardless of the universal meaning. Read that again.
If you place your own unique meaning on a sign,
then
that sign will eventually mean that for you.
Yes.
Regardless
of the universal meaning. Yeah, I completely understand.
You can't choose the universe without choosing what you feel.
Right, but I know what he's saying about like the butterflies and because the heart to me,
the meaning of it. Everybody can have a different.
Right, the heart to me means everything's going to be okay. To somebody else, it could mean somebody's on the way, or you know what I mean, a baby coming, or it could mean any type of thing.
Absolutely.
Personally, we see these things like she said. The dragonfly, represents energetically bringing more magic into my life, right? So yeah, that's exactly right, Jason. Good observation. Yeah. Have you ever studied the process of transformation of the butterfly? The end of the process is painful, and as they push through the cocoon, it represents the water inside that develops their wings.
Yeah, that makes sense because think about all the pain that we've had to. Sherry and I came into a very global, very deep pain, and then we realized what we were creating from the pain was connection, because you can only have connection with pain, not without it. So I would tell you that it's not so much that we needed to study the transformation of it. I needed to be able to figure out what they were trying to tell me by I'm not seeing a butterfly, how I became the butterfly.
Right.
Because I look at all the pain that we've endured.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't seeing butterflies because we became butterflies, because we went through the painful process of that cocoon.
Oh, yeah.
Then you look at everything that's happened.
Yeah.
Every single thing.
I wrote a
we get to fly and
a paper on the transformation of the butterfly and the pain
Yeah.
that it goes through and the struggle.
Yeah.
The struggle. I mean, it's not an easy thing. They just don't
Right.
They just don't. It's a struggle for them.
Yeah.
It's a struggle for them.
But the pain makes it worth it. The pain gives you flight.
But the
pain doesn't give you flight.
The
pain gives you flight.
Interesting thing is when you I lost it. It's gone.
Right.
It's gone.
Yeah.
But it was about the butterfly. Oh, if you try to help the butterfly by opening the cocoon for it, right? The disjustice that you do to that
pain that
butterfly.
The butterfly went through, right?
Yeah. You're not really helping that butterfly at all.
That's this connection.
Right.
That is this connection to a
Right.
core.
Right.
That is exactly why this channel was created. That was it. We've never need to say it again. It's right here on this Ask Sherry right now. It's here at 48 minutes in. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
59 minutes in. Oh, we're 48 minutes. I was late.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. I feel like I'm old with this thing on.
There you go. Right there.
How about when your twin has someone else? I still feel connected to him. Beverly, hold on.
I can answer that. Do you want me to?
One second.
I can go deep. I can cut that to the core.
Beverly, before anything else, please consider joining Sandra and I's class. Please consider joining. It's $777. I promise you, it will change your life. I'm serious. Please. That's all.
Yeah. And you
Now
have
you
to,
can go.
yeah. So Beverly, if you really look at it, why Sherry's saying please, please, please is because if you noticed, I was married and with somebody else, and so was she. What you're looking for, the answer as to why that is happening is not in them, it's in you.
Mhm.
Because you learned to do something and you didn't pay attention to how it really made you feel. It could be, now, let us tell you, we've done the work. We've talked and sat and felt pain of others, including ourselves, in the deepest way, and realized that if you don't connect to that pain and go back and look at how you learned how to be connected to a person you're connected to who's choosing somebody else, you're not paying attention to where it came from. They're just going to keep giving it to you the same way that you've always learned how to live with it. You've always had to love somebody who was with somebody else. You just haven't told yourself how many times you've had to do that. So what we can do with her class is show you how that connects to your connection. See, we're going to speak connection because that's what this is. This isn't about your twin flame.
Right.
This is about pure, unadulterated, unfiltered connection. And you learned how to love somebody you're connected to while they weren't choosing you. And you haven't
Yes.
paid attention to how that really made you feel. So telling other people you suffer, we can't feed that anymore. We got to help you heal that. So you feel what you're going to heal. You won't if you don't. Does that make sense? It's
does.
powerful like that, isn't it?
And we will explain in this class in detail connection in union and connection in separation is the same connection.
Yes.
And we're gonna teach in this class how to navigate that. Right? If you haven't considered that, our class, email relationshipreinvent@gmail.com and put Sherry in the subject line and ask some questions, and I'm gonna answer. My card told me not to think last week. And Torian said, I believe that's how we each individually connect with our guide spirit team. So do I. I agree with that. How important is breath and breathing when it comes to pain and connection? Oh God, it's so important. It's exactly as important in childbirth as it is in this connection.
Yep.
Exactly.
You won't have
There it
connection.
is.
You won't have connection without pain. You will never ever be
got
able
to breathe through the pain.
You need the pain for the connection. Stop trying to get rid of it. Stop ignoring it. Stop hiding it.
Yeah.
You're never going to let yourself have connection if you have to do that.
Yep.
You should pay attention to what you're doing to reject them before you start talking about how they're rejecting you. You have to look at what you're doing to your own pain before you're going to have this connection. Period.
Yep.
And if you don't know, we put a channel together. If you could go back and watch, we put each other through pain. And
So
here we
much
sit.
pain.
And here we sit. Because inside of that pain is something you would never guess. It's called connection.
When
It
we say
is.
we put
It's
each
there.
other through it, if you haven't seen our journey here on this page, go to our journey and watch it
God.
from episode 1. I'm
Let's watch it.
talking.
Let's watch it.
I'm talking
We
jail. I'm talking court.
I'm talking slut. I was a slut. I was a slut. In my last life, I was a slut. But in this life, I am not. So it's almost like you can't choose connection if you don't choose the pain.
Right.
You're never going to let yourself have connection if you don't let anybody connect to you while you're in pain.
Yes.
If you are running around hurt and you keep needing people to validate your hurt by ignoring it like everybody else has, you've gone to the wrong place to have connection. If you're hurting because they're with somebody else and you go and choose people who are going to feed that hurt, notice they don't feed how it heals. They feed how it hurts. So you keep choosing people to keep giving you that, and they'll keep giving you that.
Right.
Because you're going to pay for that. You're going to pay for it with your pain. Your pain is connection. If you can't trust your pain, would you ever let yourself have connection?
Nope.
So maybe you need to ask yourself the right
Why
questions.
would you need connection without the pain?
You have connection inside of the
Inside.
pain. If you won't let somebody connect to you in pain, how did you get here? You were born through a woman who went into pain and brought you here to have connection. And now you're running from connection because it causes you pain. Make sense of this. Because when you went into pain before, you came into this world. Now you're being asked to go into pain and you won't do it because it hurts.
Okay.
So is that even? Gee,
Kamisha, oh my God, I finally see her live. You two make this journey so peaceful. Thank you so much. Oh, well, you know why we make it peaceful for you? Because it wasn't peaceful for us. And we don't want anybody else to have to feel that. Here's the interesting thing. You do not have to go through all the bullshit trials and tribulations that we did, because we did it for you and we can help you on the journey. That's what we're here for. There's 500 videos on our channel that will help you in any way, shape, or form. We know this connection and we know the journey that it
we know
took
the truth
to get us here.
You need the truth to have this connection. The truth is inside of your pain, not away from it. And you ask yourself, do you let anybody love you when you're in pain and you're hurting? You're telling yourself who's running in the connection, because that would be you.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not used to letting somebody love you when you're in pain and you're hurting. Then don't worry. They're going to give you what you're giving you. They're going to ignore your pain just like you do.
Ruda says, but to love someone that doesn't love you back does
See?
not reflect self-love.
See,
You are
that's
compromising yourself for the sake of the idea.
who came up with the self-love thing?
I don't know.
What you go back and we don't have self-love here. Listen, we're in this connection. Do you have self-love or you just love?
I'm just love.
Okay, do you see what I mean?
Like,
If you put self in front of it, now you have an identity, you have thoughts, and you can continuously keep trying to attack it through judgment. And you think that's love.
right now, there's
Love
a
is a
difference.
feeling.
Pay attention. There's a difference in self-love and self-care.
Well, self-love is a myth. If you have a self where there doesn't need to be one, because love doesn't know what self is, it's just an energy, and that's what it's going to be. If you now tell and identify that with a story concerning yourself and based on everything you went through, do you like who you are in any of that story?
Ooh.
Do you actually give a shit about the you in this story? And ask yourself this: will you let anybody connect to you if you do?
Ooh.
Will you? Will you let somebody connect to yourself? I used to love myself until I didn't, because I realized loving myself made no sense at all. I realized that if I was just going to be love, I would follow you around to the ends of the earth and never disconnect from you. See, that's called connection, but you're not teaching that. So you think they're staying away from you because you're not speaking that. You speak that from the pain.
Okay.
You don't speak it without it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we did our due.
Oh,
We
boy,
did it.
We did.
And we're going to do it. We're going to enjoy it.
And we can make it to where you don't have to go down those roads. We can help you from the beginning. So it's
Ruda,
not
I'm
such
sitting
a
here
mess.
with her. It's not the action here is that me and her are doing this here. Are you sitting with the person you're connected to say the same? It's not semantics. It's thoughts. Thought and too much thought keeps connection from being connection. No thinking ever. Did thinking ever get you connected to anyone?
No.
If you're watching this
It never
video,
has.
name one time thought connected you to anyone or anybody that you loved. Name one time your thinking did that. And if you have a myself, that's what you're saying you love.
Mhm.
You love a myself that doesn't get loved. And I'm trying to tell you that makes no sense, because it's thought, not feel. She feels me. I feel her. I felt her sickness. I felt what she was going through. I didn't leave her side. I'm not leaving her side, because what she feels matters to me. I feel. The word never is thought. Let it go. This connection doesn't need that shit. It's not about this connection happened because we stopped thinking.
That's it.
We didn't make thinking a priority. We made feeling into an important thing, because when you were brought into this world, the feelings you carried in your body mattered to people who loved you and connected to you.
Sandra and Alan had to do
They
the same thing.
They had to get rid of everything. They had to
Same
go. They had to go on the road and
Off
get
by
away
themselves.
and be on the grid and just be connected to one another
Just
to find what we're telling you is real. You used to live without even this technology. You used to be able to connect. You'd be able to feel something and somebody would come in and be there for how you felt. That got pulled away, and now they taught you to think as a replacement. They didn't teach you to feel, they taught you to think. So no, there's a myself in everybody. We get it. We get where you're talking about, but we're kind of done. We've told you guys this connection is real, but it's in what you feel, not what you think. And if you can't connect to somebody's feelings and let them connect to yours, then don't keep telling yourself they're running and chasing. Tell yourself that you're in your head about it and you're going to stay in your head about it because there's more stuff for you to be in your head about because you believe that connection knows what time is. Connection doesn't know what time is. Connection never will. Connection and time don't get along. So say, fuck time, I need connection. Because if you keep choosing time, don't worry, you're being lost already. Your mind is just going to go, I'm going to come up with things to make you suffer about. And that's what it does.
The list.
The list. Thinking never got me connected to
The
you.
list.
Feeling good. You know that feeling.
Yeah. And
Oh, we had that feeling.
that's that feeling, but it's also the same feeling that you feel in your gut
here.
and in your
Your
chest.
power. Your power.
When you feel like you're going to lose that person.
Mm.
Or where you,
You know what? What's even scarier? What about when you know that you're going to have that
Oh,
person?
yeah.
See, we choose we're going to lose that
Right.
person. We're not going to talk about we're going to have that person. If
Right.
you're walking around saying I'm going to lose them, don't worry. When you lose them, don't get
Don't
upset
get
because
upset.
you already put that out there. This gate just closed. That's what you've been manifesting the whole time. And now you're going, what the fuck just happened? And we're saying to you, yeah, stop thinking about it. Start feeling it.
Yeah, it's
That's
the
what this
have.
connection
He said
is.
it's the have.
Have and have
be.
not. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't want to have, here, you either have connection or you don't.
Right.
So I'm connected.
Oh, I'm connected.
See,
Yeah.
but do we ever go, I'm disconnected? Well, this causes that.
That causes that.
When did
Yeah.
this not come? Has this ever made you attack me?
What, this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Does it ever not attack you?
No.
Was it
It
ever
always does.
trained to show you compassion and show
Oh,
you
it
kindness?
doesn't know how to do that.
Okay. So what was your mind brought to you for? Did your mind ever get you connected?
Mm-mm.
Did it ever get you loved?
It got me laid.
No, you fucked yourself. That's true. You did fuck
Watch
yourself.
your mouth on my
I
show.
was just saying, I'm sorry. It is actually. I should ask permission.
This is
But
my
you said I could
show.
be myself. You said I could be
Oh,
myself.
okay. Okay.
Did you tell me I could be myself?
You don't say fuck though.
Okay. Thump.
Okay.
I'm changing the word, but you know what I'm saying now.
Y'all. Well, Sharon, he said it. He shouldn't have said it.
Well, that's all good.
There's a dog in the room.
I didn't mean to go off on a tangent, y'all, but sometimes
He
it's
does.
just connection needs to happen. This gate is closing, and this gate is saying, do you guys need connection or do you guys want to be stuck in your heads longer? So I guess we have to really look at what this is about. Hopefully you guys got something from this today. Ask Sherry's cut. I like this. God, I'm
You're
sorry
only
that
allowed when you're invited.
Oh. But I'm only invited every once in a while.
Right. 'cause
They don't
you're-
like seeing me.
you're usually
Y'all don't
busy.
need me here.
You're
I didn't
usually
say
busy.
anything important.
Thank you,
This
Sharon.
is just an
we try
imagination
to
of your mind.
we just come on and do what we do, right? We're not experts in anything. I don't feel we are, except for connection.
Well, you know what? As long as
We
I'm
are
connected to you,
Definitely experts
that's the
in
only.
connection.
That's the only.
You know what?
I'm in this.
Yeah.
I'm in this with you. What this was, we thought for sure we were going to try to show people that this was real,
Mhm.
but I think all the other stuff matters more. Otherwise, this channel would be flourishing. Everybody would be connected. We wouldn't be running into
The
this.
whole world would be.
But as
connected.
long as they can get you to pay attention to an astrology, pay attention to they're not paying attention to the connection.
Fudge. Thank you, Teresa.
Yeah. Everything is connected. But do you know how it's being connected to you? Or are you staying disconnected from it? I guess that's what this is about.
And if you don't know, but you want to know,
Yeah.
tell them about your programs.
Well, I do root camp. It's really it evolved. It kind of helped us. It stayed connected to our connection to help us understand what was happening to us in connection.
Mhm.
And what it did is it really kind of shows us what the platform is. And what I mean by that is you were born in this world and some things happened to you. And then you stumbled somehow and found this connection that just literally turned your world upside down. It made you feel things again. And you weren't used to something doing that. And it gave you a moment of clarity, a moment of freedom, a moment of being purposeful. So we find out what happened to you in the past that did that to you. The thing about that is it will show you kind of what you're doing in connection, but it doesn't get to the really deep things of how you can connect back to yourself because now you know it. So we have root camps we're still doing. I think it's 22 hours. And it's not if you want to come here and just connect and just think that you're going to get through that and it's going to change something. This is to show you what platform you're coming from and why you may be attracting people who will help you stay disconnected from your own connection.
Mm.
So once we figured that out, then we started paying attention to words and things that you say.
Yep.
And what we found out from there was that has a lot to do with what people go through in their pain. So we created Connect Me to Me. Connect Me to Me, it really shows you, it deep dives into, and now this is not easy either because Root Camp is 22 hours. It's an hour a week. That's what we recommend.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what you would get with Root Camp. Connect Me to Me is about 2 to 3 times a week because the more times you're connecting to your pain and speaking from it, the more you're healing connection, not hurting it. Because you don't see that the patterns that you've created in your own story are showing up in patterns that you inherited from even generations and even your childhood. So we actually, it's just me pretty much. I'll show you and I'm literally call you out on your bullshit. So it's almost like all of your pain starts to heal because you're letting somebody connect to your pain and speak from it. Once I realized I was a connectionist, I think that's why we did this.
Mm-hmm.
We did this because we thought this should connect them. This should connect this world. And that's what we did this for.
It does.
But it's not working. So
It is working.
it is. It's working in a background pattern,
Yeah.
but it's not working the way we know it can. Because think about it. If everybody was connected to their pain and allowed people to connect to it, would we all be sitting here looking for connection? Would we all be needing and wanting connection that we're not even
would
fucking
always
allowed to have? And you're not allowed to have it because they taught you to think. If they would have never taught you to think, we'd all still be connected.
True.
Yeah. The infection of judgment.
Look, if you're interested in Root Camp, if you're interested in Connect Me to Me,
It's on our website.
Go to our website.
There's an introductory. We used to do free 30 minutes. We don't do that anymore.
Yep.
It's $88 for 30 minutes if you'd like to talk.
Mm-hmm.
And even in those 30 minutes, I'm going to connect you to a space that you didn't even know you got to. And you're going to be connected to and you're paying.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to go away from that knowing that something profoundly different is now shifted because you did that once. Can you imagine if you did that a multiple point of time where you actually let somebody connect to your pain all the time? Wouldn't you have connection?
Mm-hmm.
We figured it out, guys. We figured this thing out. But I'm kind of, I think I'm a butterfly now. I just want to fly.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to fly like this. So this is even with my vulnerability.
Which means, what that means is we're going.
We're going.
We're going.
We're going. It's time for us to just be connected now.
We're going.
We've done a lot.
Yeah. So, the Root Camps and the Connect Me to Me and all the classes and courses and sessions are here still now, but they won't be.
No.
We're
I want to be selective. I don't want to fight anymore. I'm not going to sit and argue with people. What I want to do is get you into your pain. And if you're willing to get into your pain so you can have connection, then you're in the right place. It'll be a lot easier with people who want to come and do that. But know this, it's not easy to do that because I sit in pain the whole time. And I know when you're not.
Yeah.
Because I will connect to your pain and I'll get in there deep. And once we're buried in there, our connection does the rest. Either you're going to trust connection or you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the space where you do that.
Yeah.
I'm proud and I'm honored. And I think we both are humbled because you guys became our family.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't realize how important that's been to us.
Yeah.
And, we weren't greedy about anything. We were still learning. We've made some mistakes. We've hurt. And then we realized that the pain was the key. You don't change without your pain. You just don't. Nor will you let yourself have connection. So if you know that's what you want to do, then come on. If not, that's cool. There's plenty of other stuff out there to keep you in time, not connection. But you know where you can find us without time. Because what we're here to do.
Hi, Clinton.
It's timeless. Is
We're
Clinton
about
in
to
here?
go,
I haven't
Clinton.
seen Clinton in a minute.
Hi, Sean.
Where you been at, boy?
Sean Will says, does he drain your energies? Like he's cool. He does sometimes.
Yes, we need you, Lee, to see connection in action.
Not all the
I
time.
pay for that session, but when I go to finish the letter, you have me right. I can't remember what to write. Why didn't you just say that at the beginning? So, Andrea, why don't you do this? Why don't you write a letter to the girl that you want to heal and tell her what you want from connection? And if you can't tell her what you want from connection, don't do the session. But when you finally know what you want to say to her, do the session. But know this, at least I'm pointing to what's going to connect you, not to what's going to disconnect you. Because that was the purpose of it. Any homework that I give is for the purpose for you to go back and reflect and look and go, do I pay attention to how I feel, or am I paying attention to what I think? Because one of those is going to get you connection. And all it takes is that one trigger time and then another trigger time. And the more you start paying attention to how you feel, you start paying attention to how many people you've pushed away because of what you feel. Not who you pulled close, but who you've pushed away. So once you start noticing you push people away, you stop people pleasing. It's like the healing for the people pleaser.
It is.
It's the healing for I don't feel good about myself. I don't think I'm good enough. It's the healing that's required for that. Because if somebody doesn't connect to how you feel, you'll never know that you're good enough.
Right.
You'll never know.
Yeah.
And it's in your pain, not without.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Look, guys, thanks for watching. We love you guys so much.
Yeah,
All
thank
of
you
you
guys for
guys,
having me. Thank
freaking
you guys
awesome.
for having me.
Um,
I feel honored. I'm really happy to be here. Oh,
relationship
Cheryl.
relationship
You're not all muscle.
reinvent at ME. No, that's a lie. Relationship reinvent at gmail.com.
Actually, yeah, that's fine for now. But Gmail will be going away and ME will be all that's left.
That's
I
correct.
get it. ME.
You get it. I get it.
Me.
Love you guys.
Me.